Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the desert. Today we have an episode about divorce, and we have a apparently divorce coach here that is going to teach us all a little something. But let's read the caption first. It says, "I made this decision and regret it." Talking about divorce. "My ex was a great man. I just thought I'd be happier alone after 20 years of marriage. But I was miserable, and my daughter was miserable. Biggest mistake ever." So this woman came to her senses, but a little too late. She had already torn a heart, she had already broken a family, and she had already perpetually handicapped her own daughter. So let's have a look, gentlemen.
Are considering leaving your partner, or you think that your partner is about to leave you, listen to the words I'm about to say. Also, if you received this from somebody, you need to bookmark, save, take notes on everything I'm about to tell you. I am 5 years post-divorce and I'm remarried. I have a very good relationship with my husband. We have a new daughter together. We're a blended family. I have read over 50-something books on marriage, divorce, attachment theory, all the things, have spent literally tens of thousands of dollars in therapy. And I wish somebody would have sent me a video like this before my divorce. Sarah's comment, "I made this decision and regret it 100%. My ex was a great man. I just thought I'd be happier alone after 20 years of marriage, but I was miserable and my daughter was miserable. Biggest mistake ever." First of all, Sarah, thank you for your authentic transparency. It is refreshing, but also extremely sad. I'm sorry that you've gone through that. And here's what I want to say. No matter the path you take, whether it's staying in the relationship or going through the divorce, both situations take work. Staying in a relationship takes work to have a healthy marriage. And when you decide or whatever to pull the trigger on divorce, you're going to have an entire set of new things to work on going through your divorce. And then multiply that by 10 if you have children. So if you're watching this and you think your partner is about to leave you, or you're considering leaving your partner, you have to choose your hard, because both are hard. And relationships forever are going to take work. You might think that this relationship is too much work for you and then you move on to somebody else, but surprise, you're going to have to work in that relationship too. So if you haven't even been to therapy with your partner, if you've not picked up a self-help book or listened to podcasts, I'm telling you, before you make the jump to divorce, especially with children, start with that. Start with doing some work, because
It's at this point where most women who divorce, out of those 70% of divorces initiated by women, are like, wait, I should have tried something else, maybe, put a little effort into it. It's true that a lot of these women, guys, just like the one in the caption or in the pinned comment or whatever, they don't think it through. They just think, I can find better, I'm gonna get better, the grass is greener on the other side of the fence, And it's funny because karma gets them. But it's sad because, a lot of the times there are kids involved and the husband is screwed and all that. And the women are screwed as well. It just takes longer to find out that the grass was not greener, in fact. But yeah, I'm telling you guys, a lot of them, they haven't thought it through. They haven't thought about the long-term implications. Of course, they never think about love and about vows and all that crap they say at the altar. Yeah, they just think that they can find better. They don't actually work or try to fix the relationship. And there was this thing I read somewhere, don't quote me on it, you might as well check it if you want to, but I read that there was this method to stop people from divorcing. I think it was in Romania, like very long ago, in some village or something, where they will take the two people that want to get divorced and they will put them in a very small room that only had, I think, one plate, one fork, and one chair or something like this, and they will take them there for like 2 weeks. It was like a therapy session, and after it, out of all the couples for like decades, only one couple wanted to go through the divorce after their period in that room ended, because most people, when you were to put them there and they had to work to contribute to each other, and actually spend time talking, just trying to understand each other, they didn't want to go through with the divorce after that period. Like a lot of these divorces could be solved by the woman making an effort for a change.
When you go through a divorce, it is an entire, like, it takes work to leave somebody. It's not just you sign some papers. When kids are involved, it's not you just sign some papers and you move on. You then have to figure out how to co-parent with somebody that you believe is your enemy. You have to figure out how to pay all of your bills by yourself and be a solo parent. You're going to have to find a new community of friends because the old community that you were in no longer can relate to you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what people say before you divorce. I'm telling you, the dynamics change. You might have somebody who brings you to court every 6 months. We call them frequent filers. You're only going to see your kids half the time, most likely, which also means you're going to be sharing holidays. So you're going to spend some holidays probably alone without your children. You literally are going to miss out on half of your children's lives. Half. It is the most painful thing. There are no words. There are no words. So I'm just saying you have to choose your hard here. Both are extremely hard. It's hard. Even in my new relationship with my husband, it takes work. He and I have gone to, marriage conferences and read so many books together, and we have set time aside every single morning to have coffee and connect with each other. We are constantly sending each other podcasts and books, and because he's gone through divorce, I've gone through divorce, we have agreed we are never going to go through that pain again.
I'm wondering, guys, as I'm listening to this, did you put the same amount of effort into your ex-husband? I don't know. I don't know this woman. There are some women that try their hardest and still get divorced because there's no other way. But most of them don't. Most of them, if most women who'd get divorced put half the energy this woman is currently putting into her relationship, they wouldn't get divorced, right? And so have you put that same energy into your ex-husband? And this thing she says, guys, she went into her second marriage agreeing that she's never going to go through divorce again. She's never going to go through that pain. She doesn't want her kid to suffer in the same way. Yeah, guys, if I recall correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, but if I recall correctly, you do that each time you get married in front of the altar. You say, till death do us part. You say that I vow to never get divorced unless death separates us. According to the Bible, it's only death or cheating that can separate you from the person that you marry. So it's like, madam, you already said those vows the first time. Did your ex-husband pass away or cheat on you? I doubt it. I very much doubt it. So these women, guys, it's like nowadays they're getting divorced for whatever reason, or the spark is not there. Oh, I tried like 3 times to have a conversation with him and he didn't understand it. Oh, but he used to leave his socks near the bed. I had to get a divorce. Like, it will be crap like that. They just don't feel happy, and they're willing to sacrifice their kids, their vows, their ex-husband, everything on the altar of their own happiness.
But we also, some of that pain that comes with divorce is watching your children suffer, and we don't ever want our kids to experience anything remotely close to that ever again. Now, I have to say, this does not apply to all situations. There are some situations with abuse and things like that where, yes, you need to leave. I am not talking to those situations. I'm talking to the people who they just don't get along, or they don't like their spouse or whatever, and they're like, man, I could probably be happier somewhere else. One of the comments that was on this video, he said something about how it was the best decision for him, but the worst decision for his kids. And man, I was like, yes, I resonate with that. Because I can find happiness and peace and joy and all of that, but the children, oh, it's devastating. So choose your hard. My recommendation, and take it or leave it, is to at least try the hard first before you break your family on purpose. Try going to counseling, try the books, try all of that, and send this to somebody if you're thinking about leaving your partner, because what they're telling you is, let's do this hard before we have to do that hard.
So the video ends right here. And I was thinking about something, guys. Do you know how many memes there are of the boomers making jokes about, oh, I hate my wife? That's their humor, right? Or wives telling they hate their husbands and all, how stupid men are, and they always forget about things. Again, from a humoristic perspective, I don't think nobody actually deeply hates their wife or husband. It's mostly humor, these boomers, you know, and people like millennials will make fun of boomers. Oh, look at their humor. What's there to, you know, what is it funny in hating your wife? But the reason why these memes exist is because some of these boomers, not all, but some of them, they just don't see divorce as an option. They don't consider it a viable option. You know, some of these boomers that are made fun of, I'm defending the boomers, guys. A Gen Z defending the boomers. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, but yeah, it's because they stick to their vows. And yes, there are hard situations. Every woman can joke for hours about how men forget about things constantly and where they put their socks and how they say they're going to do one thing and then don't do it. And men can also gather with their friends and joke for hours about women and all, and how irrational they are and all that stuff, you know. So there are some feelings of like, oh, this person bothers me sometimes, and there's nothing wrong with that. I don't understand this like Disney movie fantasy to be they lived happily ever after. That doesn't exist. The other person is going to bother you just like any other person does. You probably bother yourself at times as well because of the things you do and the mistakes you allow. So that's why those memes exist, right? Yet millennials and Gen Z, we as a generation, we don't reach that point where you are actually making compromises. Like most of these people, especially women, the moment things go south, okay, I'm gonna divorce, I'm gonna find someone else. I mean, I've been doing it all throughout my 20s. I've left 17 relationships and 22 situationships before I got to the point of marriage. So I'll just get divorced and find me a new one. Like that's the mindset that these last generations have. They don't even reach the point where they are mildly inconvenienced by their partners. Because the first time they're inconvenienced, oh, I'm gonna get a divorce, you know. But gentlemen, enough about divorce. Let's move on to this witch. Sorry, bitch. Oh, no, sorry, witch. This witch right here. We have Baba Yaga, guys. Let's have a look at what she has to say. Oh, she's muted. Well, what what does that tell you?
Listen to me, you are not alive on this planet to pay your bills and be on a constant diet and please motherfuckers. No. Be a bog witch, be a menace to society, be a bitch, be a troublemaker. Please yourself, be a revolutionary. You know how you be a revolutionary? You just please you. You are not born to serve weak, pathetic, mediocre men.
Well, what do you think, gentlemen? It's at this point that I have to ask you, what will terrify you more? To have a daughter who listens to this advice on TikTok, or to have a daughter who you find doing hard substances? You tell me, guys, what will terrify you more? Which will you choose? My hell. Get her out of here, editor. Okay. Oh, sorry, guys. You know, jump scare notice. It's a little too late now, but how old do I look? This 70-year-old woman is asking. I need your advice on this, guys.
I just had a customer ask me if I have kids or grandkids. Do I look old enough to have grandkids to you? I know I'm 40, but come on now.
40. Guys, I'm 40, 100 times years old, and I look younger than this. I'm not trying to be mean, but come on, 40. Wow, it's just, I don't know what to tell you guys. How old would you rate this woman? 40, really? Anyway, there are certain things that you do. Let's go back to her. There are certain things that you do that make you age quicker, you know. Like, for example, if you do coke like this woman does, you're gonna age faster. All right. Stop it, guys. Stop it. I'm getting the evil side is taking over. Bully Maguire over here. Well, let's move on to our article story, guys. And Bully Maguire is gonna give you his advice. The question is, How do I avoid getting so excited about nearly everyone I date? So you know who writes this? It's a female, guys. It's a female. Hi, female 30s. That magical number. She also says, I love it when they say 30s. They don't want to say 30 or 32. No, 30s. She's probably 39. And her birthday is in 2 weeks. But alright. I keep falling for people I barely know, only to have my heart broken when I inevitably get to actually meet them and realize that we wouldn't work out together. Yes, I stopped because it's so crazy that at this age you resemble a 16-year-old girlie who has her first high school crushes, you know? Oh my hell. Out of the 12 people I dated over the past year, I got infatuated with 5 of them, and some hurt me in ways that were only possible because of how much I've opened up to them. That's what she said. I met this guy 2 days ago. He sent me a random text and it gave me butterflies. I can't take this seriously, man. So this man just sends her a random text and she gets butterflies. Oh, so whimsical. Probably what gave her butterflies was his profile picture and his bio 6'5", but alright. But I was all giggly about someone else's text 3 days ago, and I don't think I can have anything serious with neither of them. It feels like I'm inviting people into my life just to see them walk away, sometimes hurting me as they go. This woman is a menace, guys, to every guy that wants to seriously commit. I try to keep my feet on the ground, continue to put energy into my hobbies, social life and career, so my life doesn't revolve around the person I'm infatuated with. I don't know what else I could try, and it bothers me because I see it coming and I'm incapable of stopping it. I approach many areas of my life this way, and it brings me good results for my career, but I keep getting hurt when it comes to dating, even if it passes as soon as I meet the next person I'm going to fall for. How can I be more chill around meeting new people? Well, I'll tell you how. Have some standards for a change, you know? Stop chasing the bad boys. Stop chasing the chads. Go for something else. And now there's this one person, guys, who will think, oh, Hiran, you assume too much. You don't know this woman. You don't know the kind of man that she's going with. Guys, last Sunday, we did a video on Patreon analyzing dating results, dating data, you know? And the average woman gets 40 likes a day, right? This woman is dating on the dating apps, I must presume. Maybe she mentioned, I forgot. But if she's on the dating apps, she's getting 40 likes a day, all right? Now you can multiply that by 365 and you'll get the total amount averagely of people that like her profile, you know? More so overall. And she only dated 12 people in a year. Now, of course, I'm not saying that she should date 40 multiplied by 365. No, even the less you date, the better. But what I mean to say with all this is that those 12 people, guys, they are the chads. They are the tippity top. You know, these 12 people are not your average men. This is not Dave, her colleague from work, who she has nice conversations with, and he brings her coffee. No, these are the tall, way out of her league men that are absolute players. You know, notice how she dated 12 people and nothing came out of it. Like absolutely nothing. She doesn't mention a single relationship that lasts more than 2 weeks in this past year and probably throughout her life. So there's my advice. Just stop it, please. Stop dating the same substruct of men. Stop going for the same guys all over again and then complaining that, oh, it's, you know, it's men. There are no good men. I'm addicted to the bad boys. But anyway, gentlemen, they won't follow that advice. They won't. We know they won't. But here I am saying it. Why? Well, maybe for your entertainment, you know, for your humoristic pleasure, let's say. But guys, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe so it can reach more men. And I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one.